Well, we're in the we're playing like the battle bots is what the RoboBot competition is about. It's the same type of thing where we actually put two robots inside of a cage, and the competition is 3 minutes long, or when the first robot is disabled. So you have two robots in fighting against each other, and whichever one is the one that is still able to move at the end of the match is the winner. And if that is 10 seconds into it, or if it's the whole 3 minutes, there is a panel of judges there to find out who is getting the most points by their weapon damaging the other robot. So if the two robots are both movable at the end of that match, then the panel of judges makes the call of who the winner of that match is.
All right. We made the Crusader. We kind of just brought up on a name, I guess, from just a random, I guess, vote in a class. Somebody decided to say Crusader, and I guess it stuck. Stuck with a-terch machinist, and thank you for we want to say thank you to our sponsors, especially like Fargo Machine, Larry Fargo, what's Ray? Short Run with Ray. Scott Ray, yeah. They have gave us quite a great deal of money and helped us get through a lot of this. All the other sponsors. Our class did a lot of work on this.
Fights other robots.
Tears things apart.
Yeah. We got our...
This weapon right here is actually crucial.
Okay.
It's really crucial. This is like, when it's spinning like this, it's just grabbing and ripping and ripping and ripping. And it doesn't stop. It's just got so much torque behind it. It's kind of actually scary.
It's very scary.
Like, and
So
when
are
you
those
hear...
tires on here, wheels or something that move?
Yeah, they are just like this. We have a thing in the back here.
Skid plate.
There's a skid plate, and it just, so we can just skid it around like this. That's how the back moves, and these just got really like nice grippy rubber wheels on them. So, and we made the wheels out of aluminum, and this weapon is actually made out of, what is that, airplane aluminum?
Spring steel.
Oh, spring steel, yep.
Hard spring steel.
Hard as spring steel, really, but we have a 14.4 volt battery, and that really torques it up a lot. When it's spinning this, there's a chain that connects from here to here, and this is what spins it. We have these on two bearings, and with that 14.4, not only does it work with the weapon, but it works to our circuit board that's right here, to all the stuff for the wheels, right here, the weapons, everything. And it just, it's so powerful. It's just it's wickedly powerful. It's something I've never seen anything really actually like it. If you were to chase somebody around with this, they'd probably be missing a leg within a good 10 seconds.
No chasing people. It's for our...
But if you put this in, if you were to put it into like an arena with other robots, which is what we made it for like RoboBots.
Our arena right over there.
And our arena's right there. It would cause so much destruction to people, but for robotics, it's perfect.
We recently had a BattleBot competition last Saturday, and
Where was that?
Lakeland Community College. We tied ninth with a couple other people because there's double elimination.
There was like
30
3 Madison teams, and
I think Madison. One school had 2 teams. I don't know.
yeah, there was one school that had 3 though.
Yeah, but
and there was schools from all over the county, like Ashtabula. Then there was from like down southern of Ohio. It was basically like a big arrangement of just a lot of different schools in Ohio that have machine shops and decided to go into a competition like such. Well, it taught us a lot about mechanics and actually a lot of electric. We came into this program just thinking we were going to machine metal and steel and aluminum and learn a bunch of machining tricks, but it turned to a lot more. It turned to a whole different stage.
Yeah.
It went from learning how to even cut plastic to watching the electricity come in here and work on it, and us learning a few tips and tricks. We've learned a lot of things about, like, we've never even knew half of the steel even existed. This kind of welding, we're learning how to weld a little bit too, and it's all just coming together, and it's actually kind of like it's something that you would think you just come here and just learn a couple things. No, it went from something that nobody thought they were going to learn to something that was just like when we even started talking about it, everyone kind of just like jumped into it and was like ready for it. It's something like it just
Quite an experience.
yeah, it was an experience.
It was from 8:30 in the morning on Saturday to about, geez, what time did we leave? About 6? Yeah, until 6 as all the battles were done and we finally left. So it was quite a long, it's practically all day.
I originally graduated from this class right here, 1982, and I went on to work for Larry Fargo half a day from this class, and then went full-time with Larry for about 6 years. Then I started my own class, or my own shop, and pretty much always been involved with the VOED. They have yearly meetings to talk about the class, to talk about the programs. I was always involved with that. And then Ron came up to us and talked about this robot competition. I said, yeah, I'd love to be a sponsor. And then I was sort of a working sponsor. I worked with the students. We come here once a week on a Wednesday. We work with them. I'm one of the premier designers of the bot, and our first meeting with the students was talking about design, and from there we went and created different parts, different sections of the bot. They've made a lot here in this classroom. The students have made a lot. Larry Fargo has made a lot in his shop. I've made a lot of parts in my shop, and worked as a team, put this thing together, and went to competition last week, and we did pretty good.
It's been great having Larry Fargo and Scott Ray working with us in the class every Wednesday. We're working a couple hours after school, working one-on-one with the students that are willing to stay over. Any of the students that are the seniors are able to be a participant of our class. And with that said, I graduated from this program in 1979, and my first place of employment happened to be with Larry Fargo. So Larry Fargo was my first employee or employer of this field, and it's great to have him leading or coming in and assisting my students here as well. I've also worked with Scott Ray in the past, and man, it's great to have these guys willing to support, as well as I have 10 other companies that are supporting us.
That's why most of these places have one company.
Right.
There's 10 here.
There is 10 here, yes. And we're the first in Ashtabula County, which is a great privilege that we have to do that. In our area, we have a lot more smaller machine shops. It would be quite an undertaking for any one company to handle all of the amount of work and the amount of finances it takes to put on to build a robot like this. So we actually are trying to minimize the amount of monies or the financial end or the labor part of it from any one company. So my original goal was to get as many potential employers for these students as possible on board as well. So, you know, they can come in and visit from time to time, support us in different ways.
They learned a lot because they're here to learn machining, but with a device like this, there's a lot more than machining. There's how bearings fit together, and interference fits, and components, and assembly. And to be combat ready, the bolts all have to be torqued and tightened, and a lot of attention is paid to the detail of making it combat ready. And so it's really a real world experience, because that's the way it is in a shop. We have all these different things that have to come together to build products for industry.
The kids have learned an immense amount of information. One of those things is Scott Ray, who's done a lot of the blueprint drawings, or most of the blueprint drawings, actually has been able to bring in those blueprints and work with the students, or I have assigned those students individual component parts. When they're all done, those component parts have to match together for the one common cause of bolting something together to work. As in industry, a lot of times, you know, maybe you're making one part for an automotive manufacturer. Well, guess what? That's only one of many parts, so you have to match up the tolerances. You got, and when you make a mistake, what do you do to get past that? So those students are learning how to get past that point. One of the best things I believe they've learned is how to work with an employer, because I've got Scott Ray and Larry Fargo. They're here as actually employers who know each one of my students by name, but each one of my students are calling them on a first name basis because of the relationship they're gaining through this competition as well.
Through the years, I've hired a lot of graduates from this class. They have what they call early placement, and if their grade level is high enough, rather than coming to the lab every day, they can actually go out into industry and work and get their related training. And I've had real good success with the graduates from this class and also the drafting class here at a-terch. We started this back in October. The students, we all got together, we talked about design concepts, kind of how they wanted the robot to look. And then Scott took it from there, had one of his CAD guys draw it all up in a SolidWorks model. And then from there they made drawings, and then the students made parts, Scott made some parts, we made some. And through those months of working with the students, I saw a tremendous amount of maturity. When we got out to the combat competition, the students were very well behaved. They were very respectful of the others. And it was just, it makes you feel good to see a bunch of kids like this mature and conduct themselves and learn in a very, very good manner. What we did here is at a-terch is because a-terch has a complete machine shop. We got together with 10 companies in Ashtabula, primarily machine shops, and we had the robot built out at the machine shop. The other competitors would have had one sponsor, and the sponsor would have had the students come out to their facility and build the robot. And the whole idea of the competition is to get students interested in manufacturing. And we feel we accomplished that goal right here at a-terch. We were the first school in Ashtabula County to enter the competition, and we're really proud of the kids' achievement.